Now that that's out of the way. Today we're gonna look at a new makeup line. Sarah Creal? Creal? Creal. Creal. It's something like that. Just launched a makeup brand. Actually, she's not necessarily, I don't think she's a makeup artist. I think she is affiliated with makeup brands. She seems to be the creative behind a few really big launches. Like she said, the original Prada Beauty. I'm going to assume that's the Prada Beauty that launched back in my teenage years. So this would have been like the 2000s, 99, 2000. And there was a skincare line. It didn't have any cosmetic like makeup products. It was all skincare. Very, very expensive, very cool packaging. And I can tell you I got a smattering of the products that she sells. I got a representation of everything. The packaging is gorgeous. Now, what I also noticed with this packaging is it's all custom. So it's called Face Flex. It's like concealer, foundation all in one. This lipstick, like this is gorgeous, but this is a custom, there's a little magnet in it too, meaning the prices are reflective of the packaging too. So regardless of whether or not these products are so nice, the very expensive custom packaging, like there's no mascara I've ever seen in a tube that shape. Something to be aware of. It doesn't mean that the products are going to be bad because the packaging, they're making up all their money with the packaging. Not necessarily, but it is something to think about, like how much of what we're paying for is packaging versus product. What I noticed about this brand is that it's definitely targeting, let's say, the over 40 crowd. A lot of their marketing, their little blurbs attached to the ad are like, we're not youth obsessed, we're you obsessed. That's actually on the packaging. And at first I was like, you're obsessed with me? I didn't really understand. It took me way too long on the uptake for that, which is fine. It's, you know, I just worry like how much of it is marketing and catering towards that audience versus just a high quality product. Like this mascara, does it do something different than normal mascara for older lashes? Like, no, it's just mascara. So why does it need to be like marketed towards over 40-year-olds? Feels all of that I don't love. It feels a little gimmicky, makes me question the brand. In fact, why don't we start with this mascara since it's in my hand? So this is embossed name. This is metal packaging. It's lovely. It's not refillable or anything. And it is a black tubing mascara with this feels like a pretty normal wand. It's a slight taper with like kind of an hourglass shape to it. For those who are not familiar with tubing mascaras, they are my current favorite. Not ideal if you need a waterproof mascara because that's like their kryptonite. They come off in the water. It's a really satisfying experience to take off. And what I also like about tubing mascaras is they don't flake. And you don't get any like under eye raccoon circles. Downside of tubing mascaras, they aren't waterproof. You have to put it all on in one swoop. It's not like a normal mascara where you can like put a layer on, let it dry, and then put another layer on. Tubing mascara doesn't like more tubing mascara applied. So you need to build up the thickness as much as you want while it's still wet, because once it dries, you're kind of done. That's when it really starts to look chunky. Now, if you do build it up and you put, 2 or 3 coats on, most tubing mascaras can be a little heavy. And the other big complaint with them is that they can weigh down the curl of your lashes, which is true. Look, there is no perfect mascara out there. There's always a thing. There's always a compromise. So if you get like big voluminous lashes and lots of length, there might be a chance that it's going to also weigh your lashes down. One eye on. Now you can see it. As bold as I would normally like in a mascara, I had to put on quite a few run-throughs to even get this amount of boldness to it, which, makes sense. I think if you are targeting a little bit older demographic with a mascara, they're probably going to like a less dramatic mascara, something a little easier to work with. That definitely falls in line here. It's pretty natural. It's nice. It goes on really easy. It definitely dries quickly. It doesn't seem to have like too much clumpiness. This would be an easy mascara to use for somebody who is just starting to try out tubing mascaras. However, I don't think it's necessarily anything special. All tubing mascaras are going to have really good wear. They're not going to like flake or come off. All tubing mascaras are going to come off with water, so they're going to have easy removal. The brush in this compact was nice. I liked the shape of it, but I wouldn't say I liked it enough to warrant the price tag, which this mascara is $40. In terms of the size, it's on par with normal mascaras. I have some that are bigger. I have some that are at the same size or even a little bit smaller. The Cali Ray tubing mascara that I like so much is 0.37. This is 0.27. So, and that is like, I don't know, $25, and this is $40. It's a fine mascara. Like, it looks good if you're just looking for a more natural tubing mascara. This could be your go-to if you're comfortable spending that price. This Brilliant Repair Shield. So this is, I think it's 1 ounce. Yeah, 1 ounce, and it's $58. This is kind of like a little bit like a tinted sunscreen serum. And it's got a little bit of tint and a little bit of shimmer that supposedly kind of goes away once you apply it. In terms of the formulation, it's very nice. It feels good, and there's not silicones in this, which is surprising because it feels like there would be silicones, but there's not. And you can see it kind of blends out. What I noticed about this, so this is supposed to be for all skin tones, and I think for the most part it is. But when you're as fair as I am, like if I put this on, what I noticed is that you can already see. Like there is no way I could get away with wearing this on my face and not putting it on my neck. It's going to show. It's a little bit too dark for me. And it almost 60 bucks an ounce. I don't really want to be putting it all over my neck too. Like that's just going to get really pricey very quickly. So I think it's fine. It's fine as a sunblock. It's fine as your skin but better tinted serum if you wanted to use it that way. I think there are better products out there. The Vacation Ink, their bronzing drops have SPF 50 in them and are a much more cost-effective solution. This feels like a miss to me. The other thing with like these kind of products and sunblock is you're never going to use the amount that you should and put it everywhere because there's a tint to it. You're going to put it on your eyelids. You're going to miss spots. And in order to use the amount that you need, that's going to get kind of expensive. So I think there's just better sun care options out there. I think there's better tint options out there. Face Flex. Now Face Flex is it's like a foundation concealer all in one. These are $68 each, I think. And let's see, is it 1 ounce? 0.3 ounce. So you don't even get an ounce. So it's more expensive than some foundations. Again, custom packaging, very beautiful, very heavyweight, glass and metal. And what's funny about all these, and I don't know why, something about these shapes, these colors, remind me of old Estee Lauder. I have no idea why, but that's just the vibe I'm getting from this. I get that it's supposed to be like 1920s Art Deco, and I love that look. Am I willing to pay 3 times the price for it in terms of product? I don't have any makeup on, just so we can test this. Mastermind behind the original Prada skincare line. It makes me hesitant with this, partly because that line was all packaging and marketing and, a really expensive price tag because it's Prada. The products weren't excellent. A lot of the creams were in jars. I don't even remember there being actives. I remember it being a lot of like BS. But I was 16 and like desperate. I mean, oh my God, I remember how badly. I convinced my mom I'd saved up some money and she like helped me get one of the products. I was so excited because for some reason thought that was gonna like make me beautiful. And so yeah, it just makes me think, this might, you can see how this is oxidized a little just in the short time that I've been making this video, 6 minutes. It's a little too dark for me. On darker skin, I think you can get away with it. And I will say that went on real easy. And that blended like a dream. Like it went on real easy. Let's play around with this other color. So that was shade number 1. This is shade number 2. Again, there doesn't seem to be a ton of flexibility within the shade range either. But I get that, like as a smaller brand starting out, sometimes they're going to have a reduced shade offering until, they get picked up by Sephora or get some large orders. Like I do understand the challenges with being a newer, smaller brand. So the formula seems to be like kind of a soft matte. It is very pigmented. Not as pigmented as like a Shape Tape or something. Like it's not crazy. It is blendable, but it's pretty pigmented. I would say if anything, I probably used a little too much. It's giving me like really full coverage. I don't love the way this is looking. It just looks a little masky. I don't think it's enhancing my skin. I think it's making my skin look worse. So I'm not going to keep playing around with this. I don't need to go any further. I can tell already. Like, I think as an under eye concealer, I like it a lot. As an all over face product, I'm not sure it's my favorite. 3 different lipsticks. Now these lipsticks are $50 a pop. I'm sure they have peptides and ceramides and all these different things in them, but at the end of the day, it's a lipstick in a magnetic case, which, okay, I can appreciate the magnetic component of it. This is Sugar Mama, which is like a warm nude. Pink Tax. More of a pink, light beigey pink. CEO, like a play on Chief Executive Officer. She Executive Officer. Another nude. Before I put this on, they did send me, so they didn't really do any sales over Thanksgiving, but they did do like a gift with purchase and sent this lip grip line filler peptide treatment product. Now, I've not used a lot of like lip primers. It has a really matte texture. It feels like it would probably be pretty great on keeping your lipstick on. Let's do that CEO color. The lip primer is $38 and the lipstick is $50. The lipstick has an interesting angle already cut into it, and then it's embossed with her logo. Very luxe detailing. Does that track back to the product? What's interesting, these lipsticks are a satin finish. You can see it on my hand. When I put that lip primer on, it turned the lipstick into a matte, which is just a different look, but if you get up real close, you can see like the dry skin on my lips. It enhances the bad stuff. It's not enhancing in a good way. I would skip that lip primer. If you have fine lines and creases that you're worried about or that you get bleeding into, rather than using a primer, what I would suggest is a clear lip liner. Dark lipstick, line with the clear liner the exterior of your lips, and that will prevent the feathering and the migration, and it's not going to change the look of the lip product. Yeah, that wasn't it. Look at how, like, this is satin. It's okay. It's okay, it goes on fine. Is it worth $50? Absolutely not. Like, unless they have a color that you are obsessed with, I don't. This isn't a long wearing formula. This is nothing special. It's just a lipstick. For the one product I do know I like, and I kind of wish I didn't like it because it's not cheap, but it's standout. It is a standout good, it's a standout good product. So this is called the Adults Are Talking Solid Serum. It's in a little gold metal container with like ever so slight little magnetized lid, which is nice. And this is a clear lip balm. But wow, like I am shocked. This is so nice. It is not light. It's thick. A solid serum is an excellent description of this and what it is. At first I was like, what is this going to be? It's wonderful is what it is. It feels so good. It's glossy, it's shiny, and it's a little bit thick and tacky. It's not tacky, but it's thick in a good way. So it's got some staying power. So it's not just gonna like immediately, disappear off your face. It feels so good. Now, I don't know if there are any like anti-aging, super moisturizing. I'm a little skeptical of peptides in general. So a peptide serum lip balm, I don't know. But does it feel nice? Absolutely. Now, if you want to just buy yourself a little luxurious treat for your purse, I mean, it's so good. It's so good. But everything else, I would say, unless you're just looking to spend some money, I would say it's a pass. Okay, here's what I wanted to say at that last video, and I just couldn't like pull it all together when I was filming it in real time. Look, that woman, Sarah Creal, has been affiliated with, I don't really know the depth. It's not super available online, the depth of which her influence over some of the makeup brands that she was involved with. If she was the creative director, if she was around formulation, like it doesn't get into those specifics. It just says that she was part of some of these brands, like the Original Prada company, Original Prada Beauty, Tom Ford, Posh Spice, Victoria Beckham, her line. And the thing with all of these brands is it's a lot of really beautiful packaging, an extremely hefty price tag, and the products do not always live up to the hype. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they have great products, but like that Prada Beauty was nothing special. And I've never seen anything come out of Victoria Beckham's makeup that I was like, this is amazing. This absolutely warrants this extremely high price tag. Tom Ford, on the other hand, does have some like lovely eyeshadows, their lipsticks. I think they make beautiful formulations. It's just so out of the price range for normal people. And usually like the, some of the Tom Ford eye products, you can find dupes for that. I'm thinking of like, they have a whipped product that has like an eyeshadow on top. Company Auric makes that exact same product for like half the price. So I think the Sarah Creal is like fine. I'm still not in love with the face foundation. I think all of the products were really kind of a miss for me, except for that serum stick was, I mean, oh my God, it's still on like hours later. It's so beautiful. But everything else I think you can find as good, if not better, at a much, much more cost-effective price point. So that is my takeaway from Sarah Creal. Don't know why I couldn't like wrap that up so succinctly.